Nikki and Nico here. Nico, you want to say hi? Say hi. Yeah, I know. We're in the purple chair. I know. No one's allowed in the purple chair. Nobody except the adults. So I have an 11-year-old daughter. I have a 7-year-old son, and my Truly is 4, and she's at school right now. So we are a little bit quiet today. And Nico here. So we've been talking about our emotions, and we've been using the Peacemaker tools from the Generation Mindful set. And some of the things that have been coming up, I wanted to do this video really quick without Truly, because you have to address these things differently with all of the kids. And I think that that's what really struck me with this whole conscious parenting mindfulness thing is like, it's a thing. It's like obviously life, but the whole thing about it is that every child is different and every kid is in a different phase, and it's so difficult for me to treat each kid, to have those moments with each kid. Like, how do you have this experience with all these kids that are in all these different stages? And so I don't know if you run into the problem or situation where your kids start disciplining the younger kids, or they start disciplining each other. So one of the things that I've been able to teach my son, because he's really smart and he doesn't take, well, none of the kids really take no for an answer, but it was something that he has a hard time with when my daughter is fighting with him, and he feels like he needs to discipline her, and he needs to be like, well, why does she have to scream? Why does she always get what she wants? Why does she, and he's like putting all this focus. He's like, I don't do that. I don't, meanwhile he does do that, but he doesn't understand why I'm speaking to her differently than I am to him. And so I said to him, well, cognitively, I don't know if he knows what the word cognitively means, but it sounded smart enough for him to be like, okay, I should pay attention. I was like, well, cognitively, she is in a different place than you. Her brain, she's her brain is 4 years old. Your brain is 7 years old. You wouldn't expect a 4-year-old to do the math that you're doing. And he's like, yeah, she should do my math. She should do the math. Should you do the math that your older sister is doing? No, everybody's on a different level, and I wouldn't expect you to do anything that's not age appropriate for you. And so I have to keep sending him that message, because he does understand that. He may not like it, but he does understand that. So that's how I explain it to him. I say, well, her brain is developed in a different way than yours, and she just needs more practice. She just needs more practice than you. Because you've spent 7 years practicing these ways to respond, and she's only 4, so she still has time to catch up, and we're teaching her how to respond. So one thing that was included in the Generation Mindful kit that I printed and did have laminated is this form, and it's connecting brain to brain. And what I really like about it is it's a really simple chart, and it says that the brain, it's basically saying that the brain's in 3 different places whenever you're talking to your child. So like for the green light, for example, it's the go learning. It's the neocortex. Child will appear calm, open, receptive, engaged, thinking, playing, reasoning, loving. This is a good place for you to teach them. The yellow light brain is the pause feeling. It's using the limbic brain. Child will appear emotional, clingy, needy, cuddly, demanding, distracted, hyper, uncooperative, nervous, laughter. That's me like all the time. Crying, me all the time as well. And then that's where the regulation comes in. So we have to help our kids regulate at that point. And then the red light brain is the stop brain. It's the fearing brain part of your brainstem. So child will present in one of 3 states: fight, hitting, biting, screaming, spitting; flight, run away, look away, push away, freeze, shut down. And this is the time when we comfort and we cool them and we get down to their level and we look at them in the eye. But this is such a clear-cut way to understand that it's not just an emotional thing with our kids. For me, it's like I get triggered by my kids, like I mean, when my kids challenge me, I mean, sometimes it really triggers me to the point where it's like I have to fight back. I mean, that's where it comes from. It's like I feel like a little kid on the playground and like I'm being bullied and I need to stand up and I need to like defend myself and I get emotional and I'm triggered. So, you know, if I don't want to do that. I don't want to parent from that place. And it's like, it's not that. It's like, from a scientific perspective, from a child development perspective, which I don't know about this unless you went to school for child development. I mean, how do you even know what you're doing? And even then, like, it's one thing to know it and learn it. It's another thing to actually experience it and respond in the way that's best serves everybody. But you know, this is a great tool that to really see, like, well, where is your child at? Like cognitively, what part of the brain is the child using? Like when we're stressed, that's not a time to learn something new. And this is such a great example of why the fear-based methods don't work. I mean, that's where we are right now. It's like we just want to do what works, and we've gone all these ways and we've done all these things, and we still feel like there's this piece that's like we have to teach kids right from wrong, and you have to teach kids, you know, that if they feel bad about something, they're not going to want to do it again. It's like, but although it feels like that makes sense from a science perspective, that doesn't work. That's actually not what it wires the brain for stress. It wires the brain for, you know, not being prepared for the future. You're not learning anything whenever you're stressed. You're in like a state of anxiety and you're like fight or flight. So you're in survival mode. Like, I know that whenever I got grounded, I wasn't thinking to myself like, oh, wow, I really should have done things differently. No, I'm thinking like, how unfair are my parents? They must hate me. Like, what did I do to deserve this? Like, I don't think I ever thought, I'll have to think about that, but I don't think I ever thought like, wow, I'm wrong. You know, I don't know. I mean, I just think that I felt like I was being wronged. And I think that the science, from a child development perspective, backs that up because your brain because you do need comforted, because you are still developing. I mean, as an adult, you may logically be able to see, oh yeah, those are consequences. Oh yes, I can see how I was wrong. Yes, but as a child, when you're in that place, you're not able to you know, shift that easily all the time. So I hope that helps to get a better idea of why this is important to me, and I'm just trying to see how it works and how I address things differently. So, all right, Nico, this is good PT for Nico, by the way. This is helping him. He loves this. He really wants to look out the window. So, you want to say bye, Nico? Say bye. Oh, no, want to look out the window? Okay. Wants to keep looking out the window. This is Mommy's PT too. Huh. Okay, well, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'm sure I'll be back on here with Truly at some point. Okay, say bye. Okay, look out the window.